Hello everyone, so today I've got a little bit of a comparison video. Hey guys, so I decided to do a Panther review. The reason for this is because I feel it's a tank that people get into the game for, because it's very famous, along with the Tiger as well. But let's actually have a look at how it's represented in the game. Like, now, people looking at it right now will be like, that doesn't look like a Panther. Well, that's probably the turret you're used to, but the top turret in the game is this one, the Panther turret. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that is also the gun you'd be used to. In the game it actually has 3 guns. This one, which is basically a 105mm howitzer, and then the L100, the joke gun. Yeah, it's basically the L70 but double the barrel length. It's got very high velocity and penetration. Still does the same amount of damage in the game, which is 150? No, 135, even less. There is a debate over which gun you should use. Well, most people will be using this one because it has how much extra penetration? It has 48 extra penetration over that one, the L70. Now this gun does fire faster, so it does have a higher DPM, considering they both do the same damage per shot. So there's that. And a nice thing about the Panther is it actually has some armor, unlike a lot of mediums. A lot of tier 6, 7 mediums, they don't have any armor. Even most of the tier 8 mediums don't have any armor. I'm not saying the Panther has a lot of armor, but it has enough. The turret, the front, is 120mm thick, which is good, but it's not angled at any angle, so people usually penetrate it. And the cheeks are auto bounce zones unless they hit into here. But if you noticed, look at the penetration down here. If they hit it slightly wrong, they're not going to penetrate. And there's a nice little gun mantlet on the front of the turret as well, which if they hit that, they're never going to penetrate. Well, not never, but most of the time they won't, especially if they hit this bit. And the upper plate is 85mm thick, so it's good if it's angled, but most guns will go through it. Like Russian 122mm guns will usually go through it unless it's heavily angled, and even then most of the time they'll go through. But when you're engaging other mediums like a Comet, which has pretty terrible penetration, they'll bounce quite a lot on the front, and you really won't bounce on them, especially if you're using the L100, which has 198mm penetration. And yes, also another thing about Panther, it's a very nice looking tank. It's one of the best looking tanks in the world, in my opinion. It's lovely looking, and the mobility is a bit crappy. It's got a specific power of 15.4, which is lower than the average, which is 16.23. It's not that much worse, but it's enough. And the Panther does get a little bit screwed over in the soft stats here, but on most terrain, like off-road, if you're not going uphill, it will be doing around 30 to 40, well, about 35 to 40, and going up hills it'll do about 20, depending on how steep it is. So yeah, mobility wise it's okay. It's okay. The Panther really excels at being a sniper, sitting at the back, third line, supporting your team by picking opponents to pieces with your rate of fire and your accuracy. And I think that's all I need to talk about here. We will now go to some gameplay and I'll show you how to play the Panther, well, how I play it anyway. So the first replay is going to be the Panther as top tier. As you can see, it's a very nice matchup where there's only 5 tier 7s aside and everybody else is in tier 6s except for 1 tier 5 artillery on each side. And as you can see, I am using the L70 gun because I prefer the rate of fire and I don't need the extra penetration. Even if I do need the extra penetration, I can always fire the APCR, which has 194 penetration, which is only 4 less than the standard on the L100, which is more than enough to penetrate pretty much anything you come up against. And if you're shooting heavy tanks in the front, you're not really playing your medium tank properly, in my opinion. Now, as you can see, the Panther isn't too bad at getting around on off-road. See, it's almost doing 40. Obviously it's nowhere near as mobile as a Comet, but it's still decent enough. And I'm going to try and shoot these guys. I couldn't see properly. There's a Tog. You can't miss a Tog. I decided to go for the Churchill. I couldn't see the Tog properly. Well, I probably would have hit him anyway. Even a KV2 will hit the Tog. It's terrible accuracy. And quite a few of the enemy heavies have come this way, like the KV-85, the Tog, that Churchill, which is now dead. There's quite a lot of artillery in this match. Oh, well, it's 3 each side. Some nasty tier 7s ones. That Lorraine. And, yeah, we don't really have a problem putting holes in the KV-85. His armor's not good enough to bounce our gun most of the time. I can go through his front plates pretty easily. Now it looks like that was all of them except for that T25 AT at F1. So let's push forwards and we can get around them. And there's another Panther who's out in the open getting shot by my team. And we have a Black Prince coming with us slowly. And this T25 has decided to abandon his spot, which is a bad idea. So now he's going to get shot to pieces by everybody. He goes with tractor instead. Black Prince killed him. I think the KV2 must have hit him in the side end because he did like 400 and something damage. Shame he didn't pen, he would have killed him. That would have been funny. Now the enemy have actually pushed the south quite heavily. They're quite close to our base, so we have to work quickly here. They just seem to want to suicide. I don't know what he was planning to do. The alpha damage on this gun is pretty awful. And the only gun on the tank that has good alpha is the derp gun, but it's so crappy. Bad accuracy, bad penetration. There's really no point in using it. It can be fun for some laughs, like I've rammed and then shot a scout and killed it instantly, but the other guns are a lot better. Now I'm deciding let's go kill all the artillery. because I hate artillery. This sneaky bird. I can't see him. He is there. He's just sitting there, but I can't spot him. He's literally just sitting there on the hill. I can't see him. So his cloaking device on. I can't see him until he takes a shot. Which is, there it is. See, he was sitting right there on that hill. Don't know how I did not see him. It's not like he was behind anything either, he was just sitting on the top of the hill. Now this is... I was expecting to take some damage, but not that much damage. It was like, what, 700 damage? That did a lot, and just damaged my engine as well. That was stupid. Really stupid. As you can see, the gun, when you're top tier, is pretty good at taking things apart. It's just alpha damage sucks. And yeah, there we go. We killed one of the artillery. And this game's actually been quite even throughout, but we have more tier 7s left. They only have one. Who's about to get killed? There we go. And now it's my twin, the VK, which is basically just a clone Panther. He's dead. Luckily got the kill on him. And there was just an ARL who decided to go over here. I think he was trying to defend the base, expecting us to try and cap or something, but no, we didn't. There's the enemy Panther there with the L100 gun. There he is. Oh, he missed. That was quite lucky. It's very unlikely that he would have bounced if he hit me. Let's see at the sides of my turret. Even though he is a tier 6, he still has enough penetration to go through my upper plate when it's flat anyway, or when it's not angled much. I should have really loaded APCR there just to make sure I killed him, but I could afford to take a hit, so let me finish him off and that's the game. I'll cut to the score screen now. So here's the score screen. We got quite a nice chunk of XP for that because it was our ×2, or 2,780. And it was only a second class, but I'm guessing that was because mostly we were shooting at lower tiers. And we did get a fighter ribbon and some other crap. And we got 36,000 credits, which is alright for a tier 7. And on the team we did the most damage, almost 2,400, and almost 1,000 XP, almost. We did get 4 kills, which is quite nice. And we fired 30 shots, 21 hits. That's a bit... well, the rate of fire of this gun, you don't... I rarely let the gun fully aim before I fire again, because I'm moving the tank, trying not to get shot. And 20 penetrations is quite nice when you're using the L70, because quite often if you're shooting at heavy tanks, especially Russians, their side armor might eat the shot. I got shot twice and they both penetrated, so yeah, I lost most of my health to that full damage. And yeah, we didn't get much spotting assistance, which is a bit of a shame. We did make 23,000 credits, which is nice. And yes, I'll now go on to the next replay, which will be, well, you'll see. So here we are, guys, with the Panther on the bottom of the feeding chain in a tier 9 game. I'm platooning in this game with Gamer Extreme, and yeah, he's in his Comet, another tier 7 medium. Very good one, actually. It's quite popular. And we are going to go this side for some reason. And the gun depression on the Panther is actually quite nice. believe it's something like 6 or 7, something like that. And we are going to back up our heavies, which are going this side, by doing a sniper support. And yeah, which is what this thing is quite good at, because the gun is quite accurate. Well, I say quite, it's very accurate, and it aims pretty quickly, and it fires pretty quickly, so we can actually put quite a lot of damage out if we can stay hidden and doing damage. Hopefully if we can get the sides of the tanks as well. Now, I've pushed quite far forwards, but I'm going to stay here for a while with Gamer, who's just managed to bounce an FCM with his side armor, and I bounced something. I think that was actually a Super Pershing, because there is one down there which we'll find out later. As I said, the frontal armor, it's alright as long as it's angled and you can bounce quite a bit. I'm going to wait here just for our higher tier tanks to take some tension off us. Gamer's poking his nose out through a hole. I think he's trying to spot, but it's a bit dangerous there, Gamer. You might want to back off. And we found the Lurver. Found quite a few tanks actually, an IS-6, an IS-3, M103, AMX 12 ton, and there is an FCM down that road as well. Keeps putting shots into Gamer and me. We've got a STI who's pushed up quite far, and we've got this A75 here who's taking punishment. Yeah, this is what you want to do when you're on the bottom of the feeding chain. You want to just wait, because later on in the game you can use your hit point pool. It may not be as much as a higher tier tank, but when they've been damaged it doesn't matter, you're going to have more health than them, and your DPM should be enough to save you. We've got a friendly FCM who's just going balls deep, just YOLOing right down that road. And nah, it bounced. Yeah, that FCM's pretty doomed now. He's been spotted. We got Rheinmetall and T28, and I managed to get the kill. Yes, kill steal. Grand total of 155 damage done to the FCM, and we got the kill. Now we've spotted the Super Pershing down that road. Don't really have any shots on him yet though. Gamer has pushed up quite a lot. He's with the he's going by the M103, then just got killed by our STI. And I'm being boring and staying back. Now you could say I should be with Gamer, but he would probably leave me behind in his comet anyway, and then I'd be stranded alone and get killed and picked off. He's going in now against a Lurver and a Super Pershing, and I'm going to move up because I'm getting left behind. There's nothing left to shoot at. I just died. And the game is in our favour at the moment. And there's 5 minutes left. And the Lurver here, what was here, is now dead. It's just the Super Pershing left. I'm gonna charge in. Get out of my way. And distract the Super Pershing, because he wants to kill me for some reason. And yes, now it's looking quite good. 9-6. And there's a Centurion here who's being a bit silly and just sitting side on to everyone, so they can just pump shots into him. Thank you for the damage. Now we've got all these people who are going to go to the cap circle. The FCM just got took out by the enemy WZ. And there is an E75 who's worked his way all the way around the map to come up behind us. And there's the enemy scout T-34-1. I managed to track him then, I think. And yep, we got the kill. Nice. And we are going to... I was deciding here, should I go to the cap circle and get killed by WZ, or should I go towards the 75, maybe? Maybe. Looking at his health, thinking, I think the other lot might be able to kill him before he get anywhere near him. See, there we go. Self's dropping. So, meh. I'm not going to get there in time. And then I realised, oh shit, they've gone straight for the cap. Should I turn around and face them head on in a Panther? No, it's not a good idea. So we decide to go around, and we haven't seen that Challenger the entire game. Where do you think he is? I'll give you a guess. He's right there. Bit odd that he's sitting there. And he thinks, for some reason, that he can take me. No, he'll do a lot of damage to me, but I'll be able to kill him. There we go. It's debatable whether I would have actually been able to kill him before he killed me, but managed to kill him thanks to friendly support. Now we've got WZ to deal with, and yeah, 120 and the 111, 111. There he is. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! He has a very nasty gun. And see, he should have come round the corner and just shot me in the face, and then he would have been done. But he decides to go round and puts himself in front of my entire team, pretty much. And he's dead. He should have come round the corner and just shot me, but well, his mistake. Now there is only a minute and almost 30 seconds left, and that 111 is sitting by the cap circle, protecting it. Can we kill him in time? Can we? Now he has quite nice armor, but his side armor I can penetrate pretty much most of the time, and he's going to realise that in a minute. Yeah, there he is. He's pointing his gun at me. He can kill me in one hit if he gets slightly high roll, and he pretty much will penetrate me most of the time. I was guessing if I could hit him. There's loads of destructible objects in the way. I get his bum, shoot him in the butt. I bounce on his bum, or I might have hit his side armor then, or his little spaced armor that he has on the side. And yeah, there's only 25 seconds left. I probably should have loaded the APCR a bit earlier than this than I have right now, but that was pretty stupid. I think I hit the wreck or the building then, but I got it. There we go, sorted. There's 10 seconds left, and we managed to get 3 kills in Tier 9 game, which is quite nice. I'm going to cut to the score screen. So here we are. We actually that was another second class. I haven't actually managed to get a mastery badge in this yet, which is a shame. I've only got a first class. I just can't seem to do a good enough amount. I guess I just can't get enough kills for the XP. or when I do well, I just seem to lose. 31,000 credits and 3,000 XP. This was another ×2. I think this was the day before that game I just showed you, and so we did almost 1600 damage, 3 kills, and we got the second most XP in the game thanks to well, we're at tier 7, we did damage in tier 9 game, which is quite nice. We did do some spotting, which I think that was from when I tracked the T-34-1. Just double check. Nope, that was the WZ that we spotted and got killed. And 70 on the Centurion. Did I track him? It must have been his tracks. And yeah, that's quite nice. 24 shots fired, 17 hits, 14 penetrations. It's okay. It wasn't a massive amount of damage, but it's quite nice for a T9 game. We only made 14,000 profit, which is okay. So, what do I think about the Panther? Well, it's not as mobile as most of the other tier 7 mediums, but it does have some armor which is okay, and then it's got a nice gun that's got a high rate of fire and it's pretty accurate. And if you use the top gun, it's got very high penetration for a tier 7. You can put holes in tier 10s at the front if you load the gold ammo, the premium APCR, which I can't remember how much penetration it has. It's like 200 and something, which is quite nice. So yes, that's been the Panther review. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, leave me a like, and if you want to see more from me, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.